Yes.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Nice, man.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's getting wore out now. Holy shit.
Oh.
I told you it was slick here.
Oh my God.
It's literally sheer ice.
I'm really hoping you have a good butt.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and we have a fun comparison for you. It is, as you probably already know from reading the title and or thumbnail of this video, a comparison between our personal 2022 Ford Maverick FX4 versus the 2023 Maverick Tremor. In this video, we're going to do a little bit of on-road comparing, and then we're going to head to an off-road park and talk about how much more capable the Tremor is than the FX4, or maybe how not much more capable it is. I am genuinely curious to see, because before the Tremor came out, this was the most off-roady Maverick you could get. The FX4 off-road package gives you slightly more advanced shocks over the standard Maverick, and Chris and I actually shot a comparison between a non-FX4 Mav and an FX4 and this one. And we found that this one does ride a good bit better, especially when you head off-road. These rear shocks are single tube, I think it was, versus twin tube or whatever the better version is.
That's right, and you also have the 4K tow package on this.
Yes, and that's going to come into something we talk about, is that I do have the 4K tow package, the most capable version of the Maverick.
That's right.
That's what we have right here. You can see some of our Maverick accessories. We've got quite a few videos on this truck, so I'll throw the link in the description. You can see the driver mod that was...
I was going to say, is the taillight full of condensation one of your modifications?
Yes, it's ballast.
I see.
Helps for cornering around oversteer.
Right. A little extra weight on the driver's side.
Yep. So this Maverick can tow 4,000 pounds. It does have the 2-liter turbo, because that's the only way you can get all-wheel drive and FX4 and the 4K tow. Yeah. It's the XLT model. It's fairly basic. This one costs about $29,000 as spec, so very, very reasonable.
And it's got black wheels.
Yes, which I'm not a fan of, but some people are.
Yeah, okay.
And we've got about 15,000 miles on the truck, and honestly, it's held up pretty darn well. But we've been spending the last week with this, the very cool, very sporty looking,
very new
Tremor.
Maverick Tremor.
Also very new for 2023.
Yes.
And you can see right off the bat.
Come here, get you a little ASMR of this. It's a textured graphic.
Yeah. Also known as a sticker.
Some may call it that, yes.
It actually does look kind of cool though. You get quite a few visual aspects of the Tremor package, and then you also get a lot of functional aspects as well. So we're going to talk about all of it, but essentially for about just over $4,000, they take a standard Maverick. Now I don't know if you can get an XL Tremor, but I know you can get an XLT.
XLT and Lariat, yeah.
Which we have. So we're not going to really talk about too many of the differences between the Lariat and the XLT. We're going to try to keep them sort of Tremor versus FX4 sort of things. But you do get all those styling bits. You can see the stickers and everything in the different colors.
Lots of, what would you call this, orange or gold?
Kind of, I would say gold.
Gorge.
Gorge.
You get it on the grill, the tow hooks, and the wheels.
A little bit on the wheels, and different styled wheels in general.
And here, and on the inside, and on the back.
You also get a more aggressive tire. These are Falcon Wild Peak All-Terrains. Pretty knobby texture there. In fact, you can reach in. There's different contours to the knob. And then you go back over to the FX4 Mav, and you're greeted with the Pirelli Scorpions that we see on a lot of FX4 Fords in general, and you can see much more of a highway all-terrain sort of tire now.
Slightly more narrow. Those are a 235 section. These are 225.
Ah, yep. So there is.
But same width, both 65.
You were blocking my sunlight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Also, these tires have about 15,000 miles on them, so even when we do go do some off-roading, we'll have to remember that not quite as much mud clearance abilities because we have wore them down a good bit. Stepping back over to the Tremor, it also comes with some pretty advanced shocks, and this was what surprised me the most about the Tremor so far driving it around, is how good the ride quality is both on-road and off-road.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some more hardcore off-roading here soon, but we've really just been satisfied with driving this thing around town because here in Michigan our roads are not fantastic, and you really do feel like you can just bound over some of the most broken, potholey, eaten up pavement around here.
That's right.
With the shocks and the thick tires, and really handle them nicely. Another thing I've noticed with the Tremor is these big mud guards, and I might even consider getting these for my Maverick.
We've got a set right here for you.
Because a lot of times Alyssa uses this truck for driving on dirt roads and everything.
Yeah.
And the whole side of the truck, you can kind of see it right now. It's been somewhat clean, but it just gets dirty. It just really does. The mud kicks up from the wheels.
Yeah.
It just happens. You can't really blame it. It's got front mud guards for some reason. Maybe so it doesn't kick forward.
Yeah. Also, take a look at these front bumpers. This is the biggest noticeable difference from the Tremor to just the standard Maverick is you've got to have way more of an aggressive approach and departure angle with this bumper on the Tremor. Not to mention it does sit an inch higher than this truck, so we should have quite a bit more ground clearance when we go to the off-road park with the Tremor.
We haven't mentioned that yet, but the Tremor does have that extra inch of ground clearance. Get a little bit of B-roll there for you, kind of showing right in what we're dealing with. I mean, we're definitely gonna be more liable to scrape on the bottom of the Maverick there because there's just a little bit more aero. Bumper sticks out quite a bit more, whereas we see here on the Tremor.
Tow hook locations look to be probably the same, and the actual tow hooks themselves look the same as well, but these are orange.
All right, so this is plastic.
Easier to see. Yeah, any
Way
double
down
skid
there
plates?
It feels like we got metal skid plates, but I think the FX4 also has metal skid plates. Let's see. Yep. So the FX4 has a metal skid plates as well. So even if we do bottom out in the FX4, we're not going to be damaging things likely. You do get some interior bits and baubles with the Tremor package as well. A separate interior than more of the brown leather you get with the standard Lariat here. You get some cross stitching, these stitched in Tremor logos and some more little exterior bits. But I appreciate that they didn't go too overboard with all the badging.
It's not a ton different than just the regular.
They didn't give you a new gauge cluster that continually tells you Tremor.
Tremor.
Yeah.
Though I think I would quite like that. Is that bad to admit?
Yes. Another big difference with the Tremor is you cannot equip it with the 4K tow package, even with this 2-liter turbo. I'm sure the engine and the brakes are very capable. Do you remember how loud the horn is on the Maverick?
No. Loud in the cabin because there's minimal sound insulation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a thing that the Maverick does.
Right here, starting off 20 miles per hour over the speed bump. Really absorbs it nicely.
Yeah.
That's what we've noticed a bunch driving this truck around is I didn't expect the shock package to be such a significant portion of the truck. I thought it was just going to be like, it's taller, like who really cares sort of thing. Taller.
Yeah, but we've been quite satisfied with other Tremor branded Fords in the past. We had the F-150 Tremor last year and we quite enjoyed that. So it's nice to see that Ford has followed through here with the Maverick Tremor and actually made it something that is worth looking into.
I will give Ford credit that when they do a special version of a car, they don't usually half butt it. They don't phone it in. They usually do it properly.
Yeah.
Something like that Mach 1.
I was just thinking that.
Like it's almost too good. It's like they went too far into making it capable.
Right. Oh my God.
So we've got 39, 38, 39 or so around oversteer. And then departing. Trap speed. Apparently 90, or allegedly.
90 kilometers.
Yes. We did notice that this Tremor Maverick has some piped-in engine noise.
Only in mud and ruts mode.
Well, it does it a little bit in normal mode too.
Oh.
More so in mud and ruts. Let's swap over to that mode real quick so you can see.
Is that for when you're mud and rutsing? You have to have
your sensibilities appealed to. Now we don't know if that's a 2023 change, a Tremor change, or a Lariat change.
Immediately, I like this better.
It's a little more cheerful.
But this is an XLT versus Lariat, so it's not really a Tremor comparison.
Yes, but remember that has an individual, that has a Tremor interior.
Yeah. This is quite cheerful in here, though, with the orange and also this kind of speckled granite-esque.
I appreciate you calling it granite and not gray. Very creative of you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you appreciate that after 15,000 miles, our car is still fairly clean?
I was going to say, yeah, I was going to compliment you for it being quite clean in here.
Oh, that's one of the ways I knew Alyssa was a good pick right off the bat when I first met her. She owned a Passat, and it was super clean and outside.
That's good.
It was not like woman card.
You gonna edit that out?
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to hit the speed bump at 20. Now you have to be the degen flying through the complex. Also pretty impressive. Not quite as soft, but...
Yeah, it has a little bit more impact harshness, but it still absorbs it decently well.
Oh, a Cobalt SS. Nope, that's a Cruise. Wow. Please edit that out.
That's a V sort of error. Right?
It is.
All right, so we did 39 in the Tremor. About the same in this one, although I probably could have taken that faster.
Yeah, you definitely could have taken that faster. You weren't even squealing. You should go have another go.
This Fusion is... Did not get up to the same speed. Did not crest 90 kilometers per hour. Okay, so maybe it's gearing, or maybe it's the fact that I had a slightly higher departure speed.
Or a Fusion in your blind spot.
Well, yeah.
I'm surprised the Tremor doesn't get paddle shifters. They don't give you the option to change gears manually.
Enthusiast of that.
Well, I mean, just
also,
for off-roading, you know, for having an off-road trim level, that's the Tremor, you should be able to select your own gears.
Find out tomorrow if that's a bad thing to not be able to do that.
Yeah.
On-road impressions, the Maverick FX4 definitely is good, but it feels more at this price point.
Yeah.
And I think they did a good job that with the Tremor, it actually feeling like it's worthwhile stepping up to get that package more than just off-road.
Yes.
But we are going to teleport now to Mounds ORV Park and kind of push these things a little bit more to their limits.
Sounds good.
Out here at Mounds ORV Park outside of Flint, Michigan, testing out the two Mavs. And I gotta say, even just scouting out so far, driving around here, I am really impressed with not even the Maverick Tremor. I haven't even driven that one yet, but even the little XLT Mav. This thing has bottomed out a little bit, definitely utilizing those FX4 skid plates a little, and these Pirelli Scorpions deflated down to about 25 PSI have been doing pretty well. You can see I have been running this at a bit higher speed. Tonneau cover doing some work. Chris is equipping his microphone now so that he can contribute. You have also been putting the Tremor through its paces.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably a little bit softer in the riding around the trail, but
lots of mud and ruts action.
Yes. Yeah, definitely utilizing that drive mode. And if you hear any growling or howling in the distance, it will be Mr. Topher over there in the Raptor R. Yeah. If you do want to see some more on that, check the link in the description. But
is that a GT500 motor in that?
I think so.
Is this supercharged V8?
I think so.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
pretty rowdy. Also like 120 grand or something like that.
Jeez.
So you could have many Tremors for that price.
Yeah, you could.
Walking over ice right now. Make sure you Topher
let me
tap.
turn the lights off on this. Make sure to clap my shoes off for you.
Yeah, you got a Topher tap.
Yep.
I do have the FX4 heavy-duty floor mats, though. Or not FX4, just Maverick heavy-duty floor
I was going to say, they only give you these at the FX4. I like your haircut, also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my beard trim.
Yes, I noticed that, too.
Because despite it being snowy here, I will be
in
Miami by the end of the day.
You'll be a Florida enthusiast.
Yeah.
God, you're going to be there today.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing what modern air travel can do. All right, so, why am I setting off without engaging mud and ruts mode? You would think you'd want slippery, but I actually think mud and ruts is better for what we're doing out here. It keeps the revs a little higher.
Yeah, slippery is for driving around town when it's slippery.
Yes, when I was on my way up here, I drove in slippery.
Did you?
Yeah.
I drove in normal.
Well,
I didn't know if that...
Getting out of Ann Arbor was a bit sketch. This
Really?
morning, at least. Well, when I left at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, God, yeah, you left literally an hour before I did.
Right. So we see Mud and Ruts is holding some gear for us. About 15,000 miles on these stock tires.
This is so much stiffer than the Tremor.
Is it?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. FX4 shocks not quite as advanced. Still a usable amount of ground clearance though, you can see.
Yeah.
I did try driving around in L mode, but that just holds the gears way too high. So maybe doing slower stuff would be worth it.
Ford, give us paddle shifters, please.
Yeah, it is strange that even in the Tremor, you don't get any sort of paddle shifting ability.
Yeah, it's very strange. This morning, Emily said, "Didn't you get hurt the last time you went off-roading with those two?" And I said, "That was like 2 years ago, but yes." Oh,
yeah, there we go. That's getting wore out now. Hitting some bottom there. Definitely a bit of a limitation with the FX4.
I didn't mean to manifest that, Charlie.
You totally did.
And I have something to start the video with, at least.
You can see our stopping ability is a bit limited.
The Pirelli Scorpions do a pretty good job, though, on this. I mean,
really
traction
impressed.
is pretty good.
Yeah. Let's just kind of see here what we can... Oh, yeah, we see we're sliding down in one direction.
One direction. Your wheels are pointed right, but we're going left.
I'm just slow drifting. Maybe if we try that corner again, it won't be as bumpy.
Maybe if you tried it going 10 miles per hour slower, it wouldn't be as bumpy.
I thought you were about to say faster.
No, I mean, you could try that theory, too. Just let me have my mouth open.
Yeah, you
so I
gotta
don't bite my tongue off.
keep your jaw loose, Chris.
Oh, yeah, nice.
This is gonna be destroyed after Chris and I go rounds in it with the Raptor.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is a frustration of mine with the Maverick, is that you cannot disable stability control. So even though traction control is off right now, if I gun it, you can manage a bit of wheel spin, but not much.
Yeah.
So it does kind of reduce its hoonigan abilities. Yeah, that I don't think any sort of recovery here is going to get us out of that.
That's true.
Problem is if we get lost or stuck somewhere off the beaten path, Amos will have zero way of finding us because he is absolutely the worst person with direction.
Yeah, he's also filming, so his phone will be on Do Not Disturb.
Yep. Now there is a map, but it's in the other car.
What car?
In the Raptor.
Oh. Why'd you only get one map?
I didn't think of you guys. What does the sign say? Okay. All right. So these are vehicle trails. That's
good. As opposed to
ATV.
ATVs aren't vehicles.
They're not full-sized vehicles. So you can see here, getting a decent turning radius on the Mav. That's the thing, is you wouldn't want a huge truck for something like this.
It's nice of you to get Alyssa some pinstripes.
Oh, and we are,
Charlie,
almost stuck, but we are.
I'm really hoping you have a good butt.
Now see, this is a time that you wish we could kind of spin the tires. We can see right here that a locking differential may help us, but let's simply put it in reverse. Our Area 51 paint really...
Can you not lock your diffs in
Can't
this?
lock the diffs in the FX4.
You can lock the diffs in the Maverick.
In the Tremor.
Or sorry, the Tremor.
Yep.
That's what I meant. Oh yeah, come on, give her head. Yeah! Wow, this... I love that you're willing to do these things with your personal vehicle.
Well, hey, it's all for the views, man.
That's right.
Boy, this is icy. Chris was like, oh good, we got unstuck. Now we can go back. Silly Chris.
Charlie is hoping we do get stuck, so then he doesn't have to go to Florida.
Well, Amos made me get up early and get the recovery gear from the shop, so I'm like, well, we have it. Now, I probably won't venture too far down.
I like how this is just completely, you have no idea what the terrain is because it's all covered in snow. Oh, ducks.
I do have a mild concern that, like, what if it's really...
If it's just a big puddle at the bottom?
Yeah.
And it's like a foot deep?
Yeah. If it were dry,
Why don't we
go
throw
down
something down there and see?
We could throw our bodies.
No.
Do this the old-fashioned way.
Why don't you just get out and brush off the reverse camera?
Because I actually can't get out.
Would you like me to get out and
No,
brush off
there's no room.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, on your side is there room?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I shall assist you.
Thank you. This is why you always off-road in pairs, folks.
Except I don't know where the camera... That's the lock. Oh, it's probably here.
Hey, look at that. Thank you, Chris. Hello?
Can you see now?
Yes, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
This video is sponsored by Converse.
Vans.
Vans?
Vans.
I don't know, my shoes.
Vans engineered garments.
Ah.
I don't know my fruits.
I am really curious because that does look pretty cool down there. So I do kind of want to hop out and just investigate it real fast, though.
Okay. Have fun.
Thank you.
What did your door just run into?
The ground. Oh, it's so slippery. There is the map. Oh. It's good.
Oh, so we're going. Okay.
Yep.
Is it a puddle?
It's frozen.
So yeah, so it is a puddle.
Somewhere. That'll be fine.
Okay.
It's so beautiful, I couldn't help it.
Go. Gas it. Gas it. Gas it. Gas it.
Yes, little FX4 truck. Getting back through there may be interesting. Oh. Alright, I think we want to go this way.
Wasn't the whole point of scouting so we didn't have to go into any uncharted territory whilst filming?
Whilst?
Whilst. Wait, how are we going to get back up that hill?
There's another hill we can do.
Oh, okay.
That's what I scouted.
I see.
Okay.
Ah!
Oh,
This looks like it's going to be absolutely bad.
you're right.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge puddle.
Think we can get back through that with some momentum?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think we need to find out.
Okay. I'll send you an invoice for some new shoes.
Well, you won't have to get out. My Amos do.
That's true. Yes. You're going to have to do this the same through this too.
Now, the question is, do I try to go straight, because that's a more dramatic hill, or go right, where it's a less dramatic...
But you also don't know what's to the right.
No, I do. I walked that way.
Oh.
It's a less dramatic hill.
But
I think I'm going to try to go straight.
into the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to kind of try to hit it on the side here.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm going to back up for a little extra momentum.
Okay.
Rip my undercarriage. Let's go.
Yes.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Nice, man. Okay, now we can go get the Tremor.
Now, anything that FX4 just did, the Tremor could easily.
Okay, now we can go ruin the Tremor, is what I meant to say.
Awesome. I honestly have been impressed by the FX4 Maverick the entire time I've had it, but it is cool to finally get it in a situation like this where it's being pushed a little more toward its limits and see that in 100% stock setup, it will get you out of a few particular binds.
Yes, it will.
Were you nervous there?
Yes. I'm not even going to lie.
I was too, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
When in doubt, throttle it out. Okay. Off we go into...
Time to be tremoring.
Look at this. This is brilliant. This whole side, I've never seen mud so high on a vehicle like this. Well, I take that back, but at least on the Maverick.
Oh, Charlie, you bust the taillight and put tape on it.
Oh, no.
Oh. Anyways.
Nice of the Maverick to be self-healing.
That's right.
Way. Holy shit.
Oh.
I told you it was slick here.
Oh, my God.
It's literally sheer ice.
Cut from the really big to that for your intro.
Okay. Now that I have a wet bottom, I'm glad I got it filming too. So a few differences with the Tremor. We have the same drive modes, but we have locking differentials. This, I assume, is just locking
into four-wheel drive, and then this is to lock the
rear diff. Yep. Two things that the FX4 does not have. So we're actually going to, if we go into the screens here, I want to bring up our four-wheel drive screen. Oh, you were also listening to... No, I was listening to Michigan radio, and then it...
I don't...
You don't do terrestrial radio.
I can't believe you even assumed that I was listening to the radio.
For a moment there.
I would rather have driven the whole way here in silence than listen to that. Because you were in park.
Now, see, the Tremor is at an advantage because it has less fuel.
Oh, and the sun's coming out as well.
Yes, the sun's coming out on the Tremor.
Yes.
Now, again, we're getting that fake engine noise coming through in mud and ruts in this car, quite a bit louder. But yeah, it does feel just a bit cushier. Oh, those bigger bumps. I mean, it really just...
I mean, especially over that, I was bracing myself because it hit harder in your truck, but yeah, this is pretty soft.
Extra inch of ground clearance, some more sophisticated shocks.
And we mocked Ford when they were announcing the Maverick Tremor, but now we regret doing so.
Yeah. Plenty of torque from this little 2-liter getting us up to speed. Oh, and these tires have a good bit more grip.
Yeah. Remember what happened up here earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't imagine it's any better at this point.
It's probably worse.
The tail end is actually feeling quite a bit more planted in this truck.
Really?
Yeah. In my truck, it was kind of sliding out.
Really? I was drifting this earlier.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you can, but like the FX4 was kind of drifting whether you wanted to or not.
Involuntarily.
Yes.
I see.
We'll do the same thing with this truck that we did. A little Mav. We got our 4-wheel slide. With the locking diff, we should have a little bit more control. Okay, yeah. Now you see, Chris, we almost went straight down that black section, which was a mud something. But we didn't. We turned around beforehand. But see, I knew. I had the wherewithal.
Was it your faith?
Yep. No, it was actually just me looking at the map right there.
I see.
Organized chaos, Chris.
And that's Daily Motor.
Don't take it personally. This is properly beautiful now.
Yeah, it's pretty. Just hoping that a Raptor R doesn't come around here at 50 miles per hour.
Right. The FX4 is more like surviving, and the Tremor is a little bit more like thriving.
Ooh, interesting. Skid plates doing their job there.
Still wish you could disable stability control though, because I was full throttle back there and it was definitely limiting things. But yeah, I mean, this feels like a proper little rally truck. You see some of these big bumps coming up in the Tremor and you go, oh, and then
nothing happens.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very cushy.
I bet you with a little bit more intense tire on this thing, you could really have a proper bit of fun. All right, so we're stopped on this section right here. And the front kind of gave a little bit, but then the rear...
This is horrible, Charlie.
Pulled us right through. Go to the right.
Yeah, but there's also... Oh, okay.
Did you go through that?
F, no.
Okay, good.
That's bad right there, too.
Try to keep it right in between.
What I would do right now is power. Oh, Jesus. Some interesting noises there.
So you can drift it, and you can eat up a lot of rock. You just really have to throw a little steering angle into and do it.
It's a good thing we went to the Porsche Experience Center and learned how to drift all-wheel drive.
Yep.
If you'd like to do the same...
Fan. Never heard that in a Maverick before.
Maybe it only engages when you do donuts.
Maybe it's a donut fan?
Yeah.
Were you about to promo our Porsche Experience video?
Yes, I was.
The cool thing is Ford's built a really nice product here in the Tremor. I think they could go even further. Give us an ability to hold our own gears, give us the ability to disable stability control, and let us really go wild with this thing. But the cool thing is while the Tremor feels better, I mean, the suspension, as we've showed on-road and off-road, it really does make a difference. And if we were in any sketchier of a situation with that Maverick, I think we would have been stuck. Good Lord. He's an amazing driver.
Yeah, he really is. Wow.
I think that Maverick would have gotten stuck, and I think this, with its locking diffs, we would have had a better opportunity to get out. A little bit extra ground clearance, some better tires. But all that's to say, if you're someone who does need the towing ability or just doesn't feel like paying the extra cash for the Tremor model,
it's icy.
yes, the FX4 actually still is pretty capable. It's just, I think, again, the best way to put it is surviving, thriving. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Try not to fall. I am impressed with this, and even though you said, I think they could give us more, I think this is a nice first offering, because it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. But also, this is quite impressive as well, and I'm very proud of it for not getting us stuck.
Yeah. I mean, $29,000, $37,000.
Well, this is a Lariat also.
Yeah, and with the Lariat luxury. But even the XLT Tremor, I think, would have been about 30. You have to add on $4,000, so
33 grand.
Yeah. Which, isn't terrible. Right. What I think the Tremor package is really good for is if you were not a large off-roading enthusiast, but you were just an adventure seeker, this could actually help get you out of certain situations that you might be in over your head,
right?
And feel really confident. So, yeah, I've said that the Tremor is better than I expected. I thought it was just going to be a glorified FX4, but I really do feel like there's a good differentiation between the two.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on either individual truck, check the links in the description. We've got all sorts of videos on both and other Mavericks, hybrid Mavericks, Lariat Mavericks, B&O Mavs, all sorts of videos. And we'll see you on the next one. We're Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and as always, Mav on.